Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Y'all ready? What's going on? You're here for another Chit Chat with Shereene. If you haven't subscribed, please do so we can stay connected. You'll get notifications every time I post a video, which is every week on Sunday. I actually got a suggestion from a friend, Kayla, one of my besties. So she asked me about a recent Instagram post. I was talking about how I feel like I finally belong in Chicago. So I kind of want to just talk about like how you can kind of discover if you belong where you're at and how you can kind of figure that out. So a little bit about me. I graduated in 2009 from college when it was like hard out here to find a job. So it took me a year to find a job. It actually moved me to Vegas and I was there for 11 months, and then I moved to Dallas for a year and a half-ish, and then I moved back to Chicago 5 years ago, and I was super hyped, I was super excited. I was in a long-distance relationship through all of that, and so I was like ready to be back. Probably within a year, I was like itching for my next move. Like I just loved going somewhere new and seeing how people live, and even domestically, like I feel like there's different cultures in different states, and I like love that. I love discovering that kind of stuff. I've always loved Chicago, so it was weird for me to feel like I needed to leave. Don't get me wrong, everyone knows summertime shy. Summertime shy. Dope in Chicago, but it's just like when it gets cold, gloomy out there, I'm just like, you know, maybe there's something else out there for me. Whenever I go on vacation, I'm like, could I live here? Like, especially if it's like an island, Caribbean, I'm like all about those vibes. Maybe I could live here. Maybe I could just have like a simple life, braiding hair or doing something like that. Not that I even know how to. So if you aren't following me on Instagram, I don't know what you're doing. It's at Upside Down Smiley, and I travel a little bit. I'm always just trying to explore. I'm always just trying to see what's out there, learn from people, do new things. So much that can come from exploring and moving around. I actually quit my full-time job, which I did a video about. In the past 2 months, I have gone to Texas for 10 days, and I went to New York and New Jersey for 12 days. 22 days out of 2 months, I haven't been home. That was a little bit about like my discovery process. I went to 2 places that I've considered possibly moving to and living. It's like good to spend like a little bit extra time there and just like feel the energy. It just didn't feel right. And I was like, okay, well if these places aren't where I'm supposed to belong, you know, I still have something I need to figure out. Since I've been on this entrepreneurial life, I've been trying to discover more, meet more people, you know, just network, try to see what else is out there. I've been going to events, you know, just going out of my comfort zone and just like checking out different things. And so I went to this event and I like heard about 2 events that I have never heard about. A shopping cart race in Chicago and like a nighttime Halloween parade. And I was like, wait. There is so much going on in Chicago that I'm not even aware of. There's so much more for me to do. So many more events for me to attend. So many more people for me to meet. So many people for me to like interact with brides and grooms. So much more out there for me. It's actually what I posted on Instagram. That was the moment where I realized that this is for me. I've always felt like Chicago is definitely a diverse place, but it's definitely a little bit segmented, and a lot of people associate with people that are similar to them. So that's always been something that was like hard for me, and I think that's why I kind of gravitated towards New York, because it's so diverse. But instead of focusing on what it lacks, I decided that I want to interact, I want to learn from people, I want to like meet more people that are different from me so I can get that diversity in my life and just learn from people. Meet new people that are different from you and have different backgrounds than you, have grown up differently than you, just so you can just learn so much more. One of the biggest reasons why I decided that Chicago was for me was the energy. The energy that I feel in the city, I can't compare. I'm just like, I feel like full. So I'm not very articulate, I'm not very good with words, but it's just a feeling, and if you know, you know. And so listen to those feelings, listen to those intuitions. If you're feeling a certain way, go towards that. Obviously, the biggest reason is family. I know it's so hard to leave family, and I was open to it because I had done it before, but me and my husband have like majority of our family in Chicago, and I think especially as you get older and realize like your parents are getting older and you don't want to like miss out on like family events and like nieces and nephews and all that kind of stuff. So like that's honestly like a big part of it, but you have to also think about yourself and think about your opportunities and like what's right for you. It's a great feeling to feel like there's more for me in Chicago. I was just feeling really uneasy, and so when I realized like, you know what, I've accepted this is the place for me, I've felt more settled. It's also about being open and understanding like right now this is what I need, and maybe in the future I might change my mind and there might be an opportunity to move somewhere else. And I think it's super important to keep an open mind. And if you've never moved outside of your city, go do it if you can. I learned so much about myself when I was moved somewhere that I absolutely didn't know anybody. Meet people, I had to like connect with people and figure out like what was right for me and how I wanted to live. So definitely encourage moving outside of your comfort zone. Doing things that you want to do but you're scared to do is huge learning lessons, and moving is a big one of those. So even if you're like moving outside of your city or moving outside of your parents' house, like do something that makes you feel a little bit fearful but excited. I want to hear from you if you feel like you belong where you're living, if you don't feel like it, just want to have a conversation about it, let's talk. Please let me know what you think, and please give it a big thumbs up if you liked it. I will see you next week. Thank you so much for watching.